If this is what life sounds like, then this is what the world is. Got pinched between the whole zeitgeist, found out true religion ain't nothing but some old jeans. Struggling through the whole thing. I might need me a refund, cause I can't fit in these things. I spend too much on the floss. Shine me down for the gloss. The cost is way too expensive. The fact is keeping us lost. I'm looking for the old meaning to get us out of this teaching. They tell me that I'm too wrong, or maybe that I'm too preachy. Hello, listener. Inconsistently Consistent podcast. I'm Erik, better known as Everything Real is Known. Look, one of my colleagues asked me a question. She asked me if I had $1 million or if I had an abundance of cash, would I be doing what I'm doing right now? Would I be making podcasts for Inconsistently Consistent? Would I be working on W.E.I.R.D? Would I be into any of my other ventures that I've got into? And so the answer was no, because fuck that. I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying? If I got an abundance of money, I'm not about to be doing the shit that I'm doing right now. I mean, back in the day, I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm a whore for your likes. I'm a whore for all of your hearts, and I'm a whore for for your views and your subscribes now that we got in the YouTube world. But I don't think I would be doing this. I really don't. I think that because I got a creative bone in my body, I think that I probably would be doing this probably just on a bigger scale. Instead of me going after like likes and hearts and subscribers and followers, I'll probably be going after the money, the big money. But I think that's what the whole point of this is. Obviously, going for the big money and going for something more, obviously, to kind of put my name out there, to put my brand out there, more. So when she asked me this question, it kind of got me thinking, right? I was thinking really, really hard about the question, like, why did she ask me this? Why did she ask me? And it was, it was just in casual conversation. It wasn't like she walked up to me and said, hey, I need to ask you this. It was just in casual conversation. But nevertheless, she did ask. And I gave her an honest answer. I told her, flat out, no, I don't think I would be doing this. But I didn't go into the second part of it where I said I probably would be doing something on a larger scale. Because I'm going to be honest with myself. I have a creative bone in my body. If I don't create, I feel like I'm not fulfilling my purpose. I feel like I'm just not doing anything with my life if I'm not creating. You know what I mean? I have to be creating something. I have to be doing something with my time. Yeah, that's just me. There's only a few of us in the world that actually, feel like this and can do this on a scale that we do this at. It's me, Bernie Mac, R.I.P., Michael Jordan. There's only a few of us. Not everybody's got a creative bone in their body, or a passion for what it is that they do. They just do what they do, and that's it. But it got me thinking, right? And I want to dive a little deeper into the question because it got me thinking on another level. Why do celebrity kids, why do they try to stab out and make a name for themselves? I mean, they got it, right? Their parents are filthy fucking rich in most cases. They're filthy fucking rich, and they don't have to do a thing. They don't have to lift anything. They were born into a life of wealth. So why would they strike out and try to be their own person? Why would they strike out and try to make their own money and do their own thing? They could sit back, And let's put it in like the scale that I was talking about in regards to like in social media statuses, right? If a celebrity's kid, if they're well known, I'll say, if a celebrity's kid puts a tweet out or puts something out over social media, let's be real. That shit in 2.5 seconds is going to be everywhere. Everybody's going to be talking about it. Everybody's going to be interested into what these celebrity kids have to say. But I think the only reason why we would be interested in what they have to say because the popularity of their parents. So follow me. Okay. So when I thought about this, I originally thought about Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son. That was the original thought. I honestly, I wasn't thinking about Willow. Shame on me. I probably should have been thinking about Willow because she got to whip her hair back and forth. She got a little band. And she doing her thing. But initially, if I can say it, initially, I didn't even say. Can y'all tell I can't say that word? But initially, I thought about it in the fact of, okay, this is Will Smith's son, right? He's been in movies. He has his own shoe line out. He has his own water brand out. So it got me thinking, why is he a guru? Why does he strike out and why does he need to have his own identity? You're Will Smith's son. You don't need to do shit. I mean, the oldest one, we don't know what he does behind the scenes, but again, the oldest son that Will has, and I'm not for sure of his name right off top, that's how low key he is. He didn't go into the business, right? But his two younger siblings, Willow and Jada, no, not Willow and Jada, Willow and Jaden, my bad, went into the business because their parents was in the business. So, and I'm going back. This is one of my favorite songs from him, and it just got me thinking, right? For Jaden Smith, he has this song out called Icon, and it's probably one of my favorite songs. I like listening to it. It's pretty dope, but I'm listening to it and I'm like, man, his dad is a rapper. His dad made waves, first fucking Grammy. If you haven't read his book, Will, go read it. It's a great read. I got a chance to read it, learn a few things about him that I didn't know. But again, I don't want to make this about Will Smith because it's not about him. It's about his kids and it's about some other celebrity kids, but we'll get there. So with Jaden, he has this dope song out and he was actually making waves in like the rap scene. You know what I mean? Like he was messing with Tyler, the Creator. So he was making some waves in the rap scene and he's actually doing his fucking thing. He signed a deal with New Balance and put out his own fucking shoe with the help of New Balance. But again, it's his own shoe. So he doesn't have to do anything. But yet and still, here's a kid who is immersed in fashion. He's all into the fashion, right? We won't talk about the dress. I'm not going to touch that. Not today. Y'all not going to get me to go down that rabbit hole of with him. Fuck it. He shouldn't have worn a dress. He shouldn't have did this shit. I'm going to go there. I'm going to say he shouldn't have worn a dress. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay? I don't condone. But hey, do you at the end of the day. But I bring him up because he constantly is trying to become more than what he actually needs to be, right? And that's not to say anything from, again about Willow and her putting her music out and her doing her thing. These kids have grown up in the spotlight. So they just kind of gradually went into that lane because their parents was there. And let's be honest, it was easy. It was easy. Layup. Boom. Got it. It's done. It's in the pocket. It was easy. So why? Why? Because when you ask a regular person like myself, when you ask us a regular person, if we had this money or if we had an abundance of funds like that, would we be doing the same things that we're doing now? And most of the people would probably say no, that they wouldn't be doing all of this shit, right? They wouldn't be out on social media. They wouldn't be trying to follow fucking algorithms. They wouldn't be trying to, be whores for your likes and be whores for your hearts and, your follows and subscribes. They tell you they wouldn't put themselves through that, right? But let's get off of the whole celebrity culture, right? Because we talked about Will, we talked about Jada, and their kids, right? Willow and fucking Jaden Smith. So let's jump off them, right? I can even go into the Trump kids. Now, again, I don't know every last one of their names, and I didn't feel like doing the research to find out what their fucking names was. So, but again, you all know when I talk about the Trump kids, who I'm talking about in regards to these kids. They didn't have to do a fucking thing. Yet and still, their dad, Mr. Trump, President 45, he put him in that limelight. You know what I mean? And they kind of followed in his footsteps in politics. When, let's be clear, they didn't have to. So what I'm getting at, or what I'm driving at, is the hustle, the drive. We all talk about having this hustle mentality and this drive mentality, and we all say we're gonna fucking do this and we're gonna do that, and motherfucker can't hold me back, and I'm gonna do this. Even if we talk about more celebrities and we're talking about Puff Daddy, or we're talking about his son, getting into the music business as well too. Like, again, like, he doesn't have to. But why do these kids put themselves in I won't even say a predicament as much as I'll say, like, putting themselves out there to be judged harshly because they're these top celebrities' kids, right? It's like Michael Jordan's son. He went out, played some ball, and he's not as good as his dad. So they definitely made sure that he knew that he wasn't as great as his dad. You know what I mean? These kids put themselves up to this criticism and this the scrutinization of being out there in the spotlight. Me and you, we just regularly do it, so it doesn't matter. We're regular folks. We out here trying to make it happen, so it don't matter to us. We gonna be out there on the grind 24/7, 365 until the shit just pops or we just give up on it. You know what I mean? We talk about drive and like drive as people, like, we're gonna do this and do that. But really, if money comes into play, or if the money was there, I think the drive will be gone. But it brings me to another point on top of the point, because we diving deep, right? We going into this shit, and I want to talk about this, right? So we diving deeper into another question. So it's a trifold question. No, it's a trifold answer, because I wanted to deep dive into another area. Let's talk about my kids. Obviously, my youngest daughter, she came out of the womb fucking singing, dancing, and acting. So, again, look at her dad. Look at who I am, So she came out of the womb doing this. So in my mind's eye, I'm like, she's gonna be an actor. She's about to be an actor. This is what she's about to do. So we signed her up for all these acting classes. We start putting her in front of the camera. And I gotta say, the girl's good. She's very fucking good. She can be funny when she wants to. She can cry on command. She remembers her lines. So she's a shoe-in for that role. For that's what you're going to do. We're gonna push you into that direction, right? So my oldest daughter, she's an artist, and she's really, really good with her paintings. Some of these paintings you see in the back of me, that's her work, right? So I'm super proud of her work. Like, some of the stuff that's in the back that you guys see, I'm proud of her work, and she's bomb at it, right? So me, thinking as a dad, you're going to be an artist. You're going to put your paintings out there. You're going to put your art out there. You're going to do this, right? So when I talk about these things and when I bring these topics up, right, the deeper thought or the deeper meaning is that I'm asking for my kids to be scrutinized like me. So I suck as a dad. I really suck as a dad because I'm asking my kids to put put themselves out there and be scrutinized like me because I'm strong enough to handle it. I can be weak sometimes, but I'm strong enough to handle the scrutinization. I don't even know if scrutinization is a word, but I'm using it today. God damn it. I put my kids up to this, not knowing how they really feel about that in full, right? It wasn't ever a conversation. You know how to do it. We're gonna do that. It almost sounds like I'm almost like exploiting my kids, and that's not the case because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not exploiting them. I just feel like they have talents, and I want them to be able to share that with the world. I want them to, again, develop their own identity off of me and who I am. But sometimes, you know, we don't have handbooks to this shit. So sometimes we do things and we say things and we push our kids into certain things, not really knowing if that's the direction that they wanted to go. So let's back up. Do we really know if Jaden wanted to go into the field that he's in? Acting obviously didn't work out. He, bombed at the box office with his dad, but his dad took a lot of the brunt, right? But that had to hurt him eternally as a kid to bomb and you're with your dad bombing. So again, us as vultures, wolves, we fucking scrutinize this shit. We jump, we pounce. He's not Will. Get him off the screen. What the fuck is this? And we scrutinize the shit, right? So we pushed this kid away from that field because of how we felt his performance was on that one movie. And he was so young and not really understanding what those feelings were. So it made him quit. So it goes into the same story with my kids, right? So with my youngest daughter, she comes to me and she tells me, Daddy, I don't want to act no more. I don't want to be on stage. That's not something that I want to do anymore. And I kind of look upside her head and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, you know how to do this. Like, what do you mean? Get in front of the camera and do your thing. And that's not something that she wants to do. So in that moment, I wasn't supportive, right? I suck as a dad. So I wasn't supportive. And so with my oldest daughter, when she came to me and she told me, hey, when I seen what she could do, with her art, she came to me and I'm like, hey, let's sell your paintings. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put this shit into a business. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. She told me, that's not something that I want to do on command like that. I want to do it when I want to do it. And again, I looked at her like, what are you talking about? You have a gift. You need to share this with the world. You're awesome. Once again, I suck as a dad. But let's examine that. Let's examine what I'm saying. I suck as a dad. Because I do. I will suck everything inside of me to make sure that my kids win. So yes, I do suck as a dad. I'm sucking everything inside of me. When I'm doing this, being on camera, doing the podcast, working with my clothing line, it's not for me as much as it is for me to leave something behind when I'm gone. So that's why I kind of do this. That's why I put all these feelings out and all these fillers. And it's just easy for me to talk to a camera, talk to a microphone, and just get it off. Get off what I'm feeling at that point in time. But it just begs to I guess answer this question, trifold. Because if I had the money, right, I could possibly stop whatever problem that would come up within her life. I could stop it. But that wouldn't be me being a dad. That'd be me just throwing money at the problem. So that's not right. Right? I gotta be there. I got to assess her feelings and how she feels. So with both my daughters. So I have to do this, right? I got to deep dive. I have to tell you these things and where I've come from and what I'm learning about myself, right? When I say a statement like, I suck as a dad, yes, I want to suck everything inside of me and give it to them so they have the same drive and the hustle that I have. But that's kind of a backwards way of thinking about things because they're their own people. They're their own person. They're going to do whatever it is that they want to do. And guess what? They're going to put all their drive and all their hustle and all their spirit into whatever it is that they want to do. And that's the route that they should go, right? I could toss her into acting and all of these things, and she could be the worst actor out. She could be terrible at the shit. That's not where she's supposed to be. And the same thing with my daughter. She could be the next Picasso. You know what I mean? Rembrandt or something like that. You know, like she could be out there. I think she has the skill to do that. But if she doesn't want to do it on that type of level, I have to respect that because she's doing what she loves. And her passion is going to shine through, whether it be with her artwork or whether it be with her tattoos, because she's a tattoo artist as well. She's really good at that as well. But whether it be with her art or with her tattoos, when you go to her, you want her passion to shine through. My youngest daughter wants to work with kids that have, I'm trying to think of the word. Jesus Christ. It's not ADHD, but it's real popular right now. And I'm trying to think of the thing that it's a behavioral thing. She wants to work with these kids to understand the behavior. It's not important about the disease and what it is for these kids because I can't think of it right off top, but it's more important that she wants to help. And that's me. I want to help. I've always wanted to help. So for me, I'm winning in that aspect. I'm getting what I've asked for. She wants to help like me. And sometimes as parents, we don't really listen to our kids all the way. We don't listen. We know what we want to do and what we want to push them into, and that's what we do. So I know I kind of went in I went in a whole circle just to bring you back to this one question. If I had $1 million or an abundance of money, what would I do? Or would I be doing this? The answer is no. But I would be doing something that I'm passionate about. I would be doing something to make a change. It might not be on a video scale. It might not be me being a whore for your hearts and your likes. It might not be on the scale that I'm at right now at Weird Recording Studios. It might not be on that scale. But best believe it would definitely be something where I am creating either jobs or businesses for other people because that's what I want to do. So who is my parents or anybody else to get in my way to tell me what I should or shouldn't be doing? I'm doing what I want to do. So the money, if it was there or if it wasn't there, I think I would be doing the same type of a thing. I'd be in the same realm. I just wouldn't be doing it on this low of a scale. So, do I suck as a dad? Fuck yeah. I want to suck everything out of me and give it to them. I want to make sure that they have all the hustle and the drive that I have. But they do for their things, for their own things, for what they want to do out of life. And I think that's what that's the understanding. That's the breakthrough. We can even talk about Hunter Biden, just kind of going into politics, I believe. I think he's in politics. But he's definitely doing well enough for himself. And he's not bothering his dad because he's the president. And he ain't laying on his dad and just relying on the president money to come through. He's not doing that either. He's doing what he wants to do. His passion. making a mark for himself. So when we talk about these celebrity kids striking out and doing their own thing and being themselves, sometimes we might, as parents, we might push, but we all have seen what pushing looks like because it's been in front of our face with the Smith family. They've pushed their kids, and some of the shit worked and some of it didn't. But the fact of the matter is I think that they're understanding that Willow and Jaden are their own people and they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. It's easier for them, but they're still going to do whatever it is that they want to do. Thanks for listening. Hey, listener, thank you so much for listening. Again, I'm the only one behind the scenes making this podcast happen. So listening and spreading the word will be greatly appreciated. Man, if you haven't got a chance to go to YouTube, or if you haven't got a chance to actually watch some of the live, I won't say live because this shit's recorded, but if you haven't got a chance, to watch the video on Spotify, it is available there. And then also I do TikToks as well. So follow me there, Inconsistently Consistent 1 on TikTok. And just give me a follow. Again, I'm a whore for your likes. I'm a whore for your follows. I'm a whore for your subscribes. So definitely do that. I really appreciate every last one of you guys for listening. This season has really, really, really been a blast for me. Like, I've really had a whole lot of fun with this preachy podcast and just kind of me preaching my point across to you guys in this season. So I really have had a great time. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm sure your ears will thank your brain later. Inconsistently consistent. I'm out.